Welcome back. That song always seems to ignite some emotions. Get a hold of me. Maybe you. Nice song. But let's come back here. Some group of people who worked in the National Assembly in the 7th legislative. The 7th legislative.
Yes, the 7th Assembly.
The 7th Assembly. They've been aggrieved. They're aggrieved. They say they have not been paid their entitlement during service and after, when they were going to leave service. In August, the aides, legislative aides in both the Senate and House of Representatives, they staged a protest in August at the National Assembly over non-payment of their gratuity and duty tour allowances amounting to about 7 billion. They allege that the National Assembly management has failed to pay the 2,500 aides who served in the 7th National Assembly their severance allowances and DTA between 1.5 million and 3 million per aide, and that depends on the grade levels and steps. You know, they have grade levels, and I understand each member of the House of Representatives or senator is entitled to 5 aides. He has one a personal assistant, a senior legislative aide, legislative aide 1, legislative aide 2, and then a secretary. So 5. And each of these people are supposed to be paid legally. Well, they will explain to us legally, and they're supposed to be paid this money. Now, till now, they claim they have not been paid. Well, they are here to explain what the situation is. We have the coordinator, Aggrieved 7th Assembly Legislative Aides, Rotimi Shitabe. Thank you for coming.
Thank you very much.
Muhili Adejumo is a member of the group. Thank you.
Thank you, yeah.
And another member, Babatunde Alausa, is also here. Thank you for coming.
Thank you.
All right, gentlemen, let me begin with you, Rotimi. What is your problem?
Thank you very much. We are the legislative aid to some of the senators and the honorable who have served during the 7th Assembly. We have been denied by National Assembly management our severance entitlement, also our duty to allowance while in office, ought to be paid as at April when we are in office, yet to be paid. And we have tried all our best, all our effort to make them reason with us because we are not in office, because some of our principals are not back in the 8th Assembly, and we are really, really suffering.
Have you discussed it with your principals, whether they are back in the Assembly or they are not back? Have you discussed it with them, say, look, we've not been settled and we're out here?
It's no more news because some are not back in the 8th Assembly, as I've said, and some are in 8th Assembly. So, and some of our colleagues are in 8th Assembly, and they know. Even they have seen it all over the newspapers. I have copies of it over here. So, even for instance, that we have 5 of our colleagues, our former colleagues in the 7th Assembly, who have been elected in the House of Representatives presently.
So they should be fighting for your cause.
What's going through my mind is, what really is the issue? Is it that you guys have, internal issues, or is it just why is the money not being paid according to you?
With our knowledge is we don't really know what is the problem, because if you go through the papers as at last month, which I have a copy here, I think it says legislative aids in limbo as lawmakers shares 4.3 billion. The NAS management are telling us that they don't have money to pay our severance entitlement, but our principals have been paid. What happened? Is it not in the budget?
Okay, Muhili, he said your principals have been paid, but you, the aides, have not been paid. I asked a question earlier. Have you, for instance, taken it up with your principal? Have you gone to meet him or her and say, look, what's going on? I have not been paid.
Normally, it's supposed to pay along. The principal officer has to be paid first, maybe a week after you pay us. When the time we're in the office, right? Actually, they started very well. A week after the salaries of our principals have been paid, they will pay the aides. So the system is flowing freely like that. up to the time of our last seminar, they even said, I think we have a retirement seminar then that immediately you finish your tenure, you'll be paid your severance just about a month after. And then beside that, you know, National Assembly is a budgeted area on their own. So they have nothing to do with outsiders as soon their money is there. So for issue of short payment, I mean, broke, you don't have money, it's not occur at the National Assembly because the money has been budgeted there. So as soon as they pay the principal's officer, maybe a week, at least, at most, a month after, they have to pay us.
Okay, this issue of payment or not is not restricted to the National Assembly. We have seen some states, we're talking about it, saying they don't have money to pay salaries, and perhaps it's just something that is trickling down to your end too. You don't think so?
I don't think so. There's nothing like that at National Assembly. You see, the problem with National Assembly is that, like I said, they have their special budget. You understand what I'm saying now? So everything is within their system over there.
So it's within the system. Let's now, talking about the system, the officials of the National Assembly are saying that that the situation is being misread by you and that you should calm down.
They continue giving us assurance that they are going to pay. Even most importantly, in the supplementary budget that we have submitted to the House on Tuesday, it was included in the budget that severance for outgoing and incoming legislative aid and legislators. It was being stated in the supplementary budget. But why we are crying out now is to tell the management, because they are still in court with the 6th Assembly. They are still in court on their severance. That is why we are telling them now not to repeat what happened then to the 7th Assembly.
Okay, so if you say it's already in the supplementary budget, it's already, there, why are you not having the patience to wait for the money to come?
The management of the NAS, I can see them as a powerful forces. They are too powerful to be contented or to talk to, because they just think they can sit down and take their own decision on their own. If we have to wait for the supplementary budget, it can come out now. They can think of how to short pay us.
So
we want to guide against that.
Okay, have they met with you at all? Let's talk about the management. Have you met with the management on this issue?
Yeah, well,